As we were talking about emotional IQ, some people may have a lot of unsolicited advice for Emily about her new relationship, and that's where we're going next. So, do you find suggestions from other people useful or obnoxious? Okay, listen to this. Well, someone wrote in to ask Ellie saying that they find themselves noticing a lot of things in life that they could change for the better. For example, at restaurants, why are some tables not set with sugar? Instead, they wait for patrons to ask for it without just putting it out there in the first place. And she worries that if she brings it up, some of her opinions will have people thinking that she's annoying.
Because she is.
Exactly. So, in your day-to-day life, how do you approach giving your opinion? Mel, I'm gonna throw it to you
Okay,
first.
I mean, listen, in this particular case, first of all, what a bizarre comment. It'd be like, oh, there's no sugar on the table. It's like, oh, thanks, tips. Like, there's a reason for that. But I do think it comes, there's a lot of things, like, you gotta keep in mind, like the tone. Are you coming there? Like, I believe there are two types of people in this world. You're a problem maker or you're a problem solver.
Amen.
And she looks like she's going around pointing out the problems.
Yeah.
And I'm raising a daughter, and the story hit me in a different way as a parent because she's at the age, she's 8, and she's at the age where she sometimes wants to play baby and like, Mommy, I can't get dressed by myself. And I'm like, yes, you can, because Mommy has to get dressed. We gotta go at it. So I'm trying to raise a child who hopefully doesn't turn into this horrific woman. And part of that is, I say that with love. No, I don't. Part of that is raising a problem solver. So coming into a room and you think you're the smartest person in the room, and you think, oh, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, and this. I don't know that anybody wants to be around any of those people. That is obnoxious, that is annoying. Instead, it's like, let me problem solve instead of pointing out other people's problems. So find the right, and like I said, with my daughter, I'm trying to do this. If you see something, instead of being victim, let's find a solution, and hopefully you're the one with the solution. That's a better person to have around.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and I totally agree with you, and I think also there's a simple rule. If you don't have experience in the thing that you are giving your opinion about, it is probably best that you shut your trap. For example, I'm not a parent. I have a lot of opinions, but I'm not a parent. If I see you out and I see you with your child and I don't like what I see, who am I to come up to you and tell you how to parent when I have not pulled a child from my loins? Like, it's so obnoxious, right? So I think that's the general rule. And also, is it helpful? If it's helpful, like, think about stuff like where a person, it's a simple solution. Like, maybe there's a person in your office who has bad breath and no one's willing to tell them, but it's a simple solution. You pull that person aside and you go, listen, I want to tell you something because everybody's talking and I think it's wrong and I want to make sure that you don't have this issue. If it's something useful like that, by all means, but if you're just giving your opinion and you have no solution, please do everybody a favor and just...
What about in relationships? Because I'll say this, that...
Sorry, I'm single, so I'm always getting, like, dating advice, so that's why I was reacting.
I'm not great. Like, I wish I was better. I just find that Jason likes to give a lot of opinions about ways in which things, like particularly in the kitchen, I feel like that you agree. There are people in the audience who are like, I know this story. He just, like, I am a creative person. When I go into the kitchen, one day I might be like, oh, I'd like to use a tiny knife for some reason to cut an onion. Just because, let's just see what happens. Feels good. Feels good. It feels good. It's there. It's clean. I don't care. So but he likes to go in there and be a micromanager and tell me how to do it correctly. So I think I just want to put a word of advice out there. Like, unless it's going to be a dangerous thing, unless it's going to be like, you don't need to tell anybody, as long as they're not hurting anybody, just let me do my thing. Jason.
And especially if somebody is saying something, to just get it out there and vent. Like, I live with chronic pain, and sometimes I'll post about having a really bad chronic pain day, and to some people, they think that means, oh, have you tried 3,000 things that I've already heard of in all my time with chronic pain? So it's not necessarily an invitation. Sometimes it's nice to just listen and move on.
There you go.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.